Alright guys, what's up? I'm back again for the latest fairy tale chapter review. Um in this chapter we get a lot of stuff that's going down. We get some more information about Flair and why she's the person that she is. We get the fight between Erza and Minerva, and we get the encounter between the guy who's with Minerva and Gray. And we get a little bit of Natsu, but nothing important, to be honest. To start it off, we get Flair, and she pretty much gives the reason as to why she was the person that she was when she was with Raventail, because since she was born in a village full of giants, she wasn't really situated with the outside world. And with that, when she left, Raventail was the first guild that she joined, and when she joined that guild, the guild made it clear that they hated Fairy Tail. So she thought that it was something that was normal. So she begun to hate Fairy Tail too. Not that she had a grudge against them or anything, but because that's how the people of their guild were. So she just decided that she should be like that also, hate Fairy Tail, because it's normal in their guild, that is. And that pretty much brought her into that state of mind, when in actuality she's really a very nice person, and I like her character, to be honest. So after that gets done, we get Erza and Minerva. Minerva is kicking Erza's ass. I mean, it would be obvious, since Erza's all Chibi now, that she wouldn't stand a chance against Minerva. And we still don't know what type of magic Minerva has. I think it's some type of space realm magic. I'm not quite sure. But with that, Erza's just beating Minerva up. Ha ha ha, Erza, you're like a child. So on and so forth. And Erza knows that she's in a pinch, and she's just saying, oh man, there has to be some way to defeat her. But in all honesty, she can't unless she reverts back to her old self. And I hope we find a different way for Erza to defeat Minerva this time, without using the second origin and the armor that she had. It was an ass pull. It was horrible. So I hope Erza just kicks Minerva's ass how it was supposed to be done. You know, just good old fist fighting, magic throwing type of stuff. So with that, we go to we never got his name. I'm just gonna call him Animal Guy, or AG. I'm gonna call him AG. So we get AG and Gray. When Gray encounters AG, he says, yo, are you with the treasure hunters? But he notices his mouth. It is weird, like no normal human has that. And he revealed that he's not a human. He's a non-human, although we don't get what type of species he is. And so when Gray says, what is that? And then once he utters something, I don't remember what he said, Gray turns into a child. And when Gray turns into a child, he starts remembering these things from his childhood. Deliora, dying, Ultir dying as well. And when AG encounters Gray, he says, sometimes stuff like this happens. Sometimes when people revert back into a child, they remember stuff from their childhood, whether it's horrific or whether it's good. And in Gray's case, it's horrific, very horrific. Everybody around him died. So he's experiencing all of these things over and over and over. And it seems like Gray's about to freaking lose it. He's about to lose it. AG grabs Gray, and he just says, you know what, I don't care about all that. I'm going to kill you right now. And so right when he's getting ready, there's a woman who shows up, and she's saying, you know, Deliora is dead. And he's saying, I know, but it's painful. And she says, and this woman, she says, Gray, quit worrying about the past. Look what's ahead of you, and defeat this guy. And this person is obviously It's either or Ultir. I'm guessing it's though. I don't know why. I'm just gonna say it's Or maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. but in most cases, it's definitely her. I'm putting my money that's her. So she talks to Gray, give him words of courage. Gray freezes AG's hand, and he's saying, I'm done with living in the past. I'm going to look forward of what's ahead of me. And right now you're ahead of me, and I'm going to kick your ass. And that's pretty much the end of the chapter in a nutshell. I mean, I have no remarks except for giving it a rating. It was very good. A little stuff that we didn't need here and there, like Natsu running throughout the village. I really didn't want to see that unless he actually encounters something. So that was just wasted panels in my opinion. Also, I still want to know what Minerva's magic is, because I don't think we ever got a clear explanation of what her magic was. I mean, we saw what she did to Lucy at the naval battle in Daimoto Embu, but we still never got an explanation as to what her magic was. So I kind of want to know what her magic is right now, because we've been waiting a long time. So that just needs to hurry up and come. And why? I don't see how Gray is going to beat this guy. And I mean, we got an explanation of his magic earlier. Not only do they revert back to a kid, but so does their magic, so does their strength, so does their speed. All of their stats are digressed into that of a child. And even when they're a child, it's much lower than what it would have been as they were a child, as was the case with Natsu when he tried to use his attacks, and he said, I was much stronger than this when I was a kid. So with that, I don't see how Gray is going to be able to beat this guy when Natsu couldn't either. And I consider Gray and Natsu on the same level. So it's going to be interesting to see how Gray defeats this guy. And it's also going to be very interesting to see how everybody is going to turn back into a kid. Because right now we have 3 kids right now. Natsu, Erza, and Gray. They've been turned into kids. And 2 of them have very strong opponents in front of them right now. So maybe Natsu's going to find a way to turn back to normal, and then he's going to help Gray and Erza revert back to their normal selves. Or maybe it's going to be Wendy, Lucy, and Flare, because Flare actually knows where the Eternal Flame is, and she's going to lead Lucy and Wendy to the Eternal Flame right now as we speak. Well, not as we speak, but you know what I'm saying. So I also want to know where the Eternal Flame is, because Erza made some pretty good logic and said that it should be at the top of the mountain, where all of the giants were facing against. So I still think it's inside of the mountain. I don't know why. That's just my opinion. So with that ends my review. I pretty much have nothing else to say. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys, and I'm out.